Hello everybody and welcome to our second part of our video tutorial on how are you going to draw your DFD. Now if ever that you are not able to view that, kindly check my first video on how to draw the DFD. Okay? Para maintindihan nyo kung ano bang nangyayari dito before you can proceed with this second part of our video tutorial. Now, in this second part, I'm going to give you example on how are you going to draw the in real. Okay. Now here, during the first videos, I have discussed to you what are the symbols involved in making a DFD, what are those symbols and how you're going to label it, and what are the levels of DFD from contextual down to level 0, level 1, so on and so forth. Then we have here the naming guidelines, levels of DFD. Okay, then that was the last part. What are the levels of DFD? Now, I'm going to give you an example on how we're going to draw a DFD. Here in my example, I'm going to make a DFD out of a system named Schools Management Information System. Okay, Schools Management Information. Now, first, we're going to understand first what is Schools Management Information System. Okay, this is a system. Gawin nating example for making a DFD. Okay, ha? Now, actually, it's not only this system. You can use any systems available that you are going to make a DFD, say inventory system, payroll system, or enrollment system, or sales monitoring system. Okay, so there are different systems that you can make DFD. So in our case, we're going to study what is schools management information system. This is the kind of system that you're going to use to make a DFD. Okay. First, we have to understand what is schools management information system. Now, as the term implies, schools management meant to say this is a system that manages the entire school. Kung anong activities o anong mga ginagawa ng isang eskwelahan. Okay? So, sa isang eskwelahan, you have to understand there are many departments and there are plenty of offices. So here, in our contextual diagram, uh, we illustrated here, we presented here the different offices. Now here, we have here the student, okay, students, records, okay. So andito yung enroll ng mga estudyante, dito na yan. Then we have here the registrar. Okay, anong ginagawa ng registrar's office? Anong ginagawa ng accounting office? Anong ginagawa ng other departments? Different departments, something like IT department or the CTA department or criminology department or BSBA department. Okay, so yung mga department na yun, andito yon, dito, nakalagay. Then we have here the guidance office. So, anong ginagawa ng guidance? Then again, we have here the libraries office or library. Okay, so dito yung mga ginagawa ng sa library. Then, andito yung mga teachers. Okay, same as kung merong student, siyempre, i-store natin mga student. So, yan, kasali yung student. Of course, kasali yun rin yung teacher. Kung meron estudyante, meron din teacher. Okay, so we have the teachers. Then we have the president's office. And we have the system itself, by the way. So ito yung system which is the schools management information system. So all of those activities involving students are being stored here. All of those activities involving registrar's office are stored here. All of those activities with regards to other offices, accounting, different departments, guidance, library, and teachers are all stored here in this system. Okay, so this is the contextual diagram. Now, if you're going to make a DFD out of all of these offices, I don't know kung kailan tayo matatapos. Okay ha? So that's why here, what I'm going to draw is for the registrar's office only. Dito tayo mag-focus. Okay ha? So, this is a contextual diagram out of school's management information system, out of the entire school. Now, again ha, dito tayo mag-focus sa registrar. So, if I'm going to break this one, this process here, or this entity here, if I'm going to break this, then we can come up with level 0. Okay? If I'm going to break this process here, okay, then dito tayo mag-focus sa registrar. Okay? Pag break natin dito sa itong process ito, dito tayo mag-focus sa registrar. Okay ha? So, meaning to say, if I'm going to break this, ayan, okay, level 0, okay, if I'm going to break this, then we're going to focus at the registrar's office, then we can come up with this one here. Okay, yeah, so level 0 for the registrar's office, okay, then, okay, here. So after breaking this process here, wait. In the level 0 of the registrar's office, ito yung magiging DFD niya. Sa level 0 pa lang ha, sa registrar's office. Okay. So we have here the client. Okay, actually, ang client na to, ito yung tinatawag natin na student. Pero bakit client ang term dito? Why? Why is it that client is the term, not student? Okay, ha? It's because, as of now, since we are in the registrar's office, we're assuming that the student is going to enroll. Okay? So, magpapa-enroll pa lang. So, meaning to say, since magpapa-enroll pa lang yung estudyante, hindi pa siya matatawag natin na estudyante kasi hindi pa siya enrolled. Okay? But once itong taong to is na-enroll na, that's the time that we can call him or her as a student. So that's why here, instead of naming that person as a student, I'm going to name that person as client. Okay, client pa lang. Kasi magpapa-enroll pa. Andun nyo sa register, magpapa-enroll pa. So here, yung client in the level 0, andito tayo sa level 0 by the way, in the level 0, we have established um, three processes by the way, three processes. So this is the first process. That's why we label it process number 1. And we have your process number 2. And we have your process number 3. All of from the level 0. Okay, level 0 for the okay, yeah. So here in this level 0 diagram, okay, we can see that the client is trying to register. So that's why here, yung client, nagbibigay siya ng registration form, saan niya binibigay? Sa SMIS, dun sa system mismo. So, we don't know yet kung sino talaga yung system pa talaga o meron bang taong involved dito. So, we can break this one. Okay? We can break this. Then, makita natin kung anong ginagawa. So, before breaking that one, let's just analyze this one first. Okay? So, yung client, nagbibigay ng registration form dito sa SMIS. Okay? Schools Management Information System. Okay? So, napaparegister siya. Then, after that, ang system, sinisave niya yung registration form dito sa student na database. Ayan. So, dito, kung anong pangalan ng client na to, after registering, nagiging estudyante na siya, maybe, then that's the time na isi-save siya dito, yung pangalan niya. Okay? Then after that, since estudyante na siya, okay, that's the time that he or she can get the study loan taken from the registrar's office or from the system. Ayan. So that's why yung system mismo nagbibigay na sa kanya ng study loan, confirming that this client here is already a student and then meron na siyang mga subjects na ini-enroll. Ayan. So andito yan nakalagay sa study loan. Then after that, the second process, this first process is for the registration and for the enrollment na process. Ito. That's why itong kliyente na ito, nagpapa-enroll pa lang. So, na-register siya dito. Tapos, isinisave yung pangalan niya dito sa database ng student. Kasi naging estudyante na siya. Then after that, he or she can get the study loan. Now, after registering, second process in the registrar's office, there are plenty of processes actually in the registrar's office. First is to enroll the student. Then second is to um, generate grades for the student, and the other processes are for other mga transactions involved, shall we say, um, getting some diploma or mga transfer of records or mga TISOs. So dito na yon. So here, in the level 0, dito natin ilalagay yung mga ginagawa, yung primary concerns inside the registrar in the level 0. So, inside the registrar, again, yung ginagawa ng registrar is magpapa-enroll ng estudyante. Dito yan sa first process. Another thing na ginagawa ng registrar is to processing different queries, yung mga grado, yung mga, usually mga grades, okay, here. So, it is located in this second process. And then the third process, yung pag-recording of grades, yung from the teachers, magsasubmit sila ng grado. So, dito niyan ilalagay sa recording of grades. So, here, processing different queries, dito na yun yung pag-inquire ng mga to get diploma, to get transcript of records, okay, whatever it is that the student wanted from the registrar's office. Dito yon. So here, again dito yung pagpaparegister ng estudyante para ma-enroll siya. Then here, if the client, assuming this client naging estudyante na, gusto niya ng grado, humingi ng grado from registrar, that's why here, yung client gave grade slip, blank grade slip to the SMIS, to the system itself, okay, which is located in the registrar. So here, so after that, after the SMIS gets this grade slip from this student, okay, titingnan niya kung itong kliyente na to is a real student. So titingnan niya dito sa database, yan, students information, ayan, papunta dito. Then after that, if this client exists in this database, andun siya, meaning to say estudyante talaga siya, then that's the time that ang system na to will get grades here from this database. Grades from this student. Okay? So, kinukuha niya yung grades from this student. Okay? Then, after that, ibinibigay niya sa kliyente or sa estudyante. Ayan, no? So, yun ang ginagawa dito ng system is pinaprocess niya yung queries from the client. So, in this case, yung queries from the client is yung naghingi siya ng grado. That's why here, pumunta yung SMS, tinitrace niya dito sa student kung na-exist ba itong student na to, tapos binigyan ng grado. Then here, in the third process, okay, third process, is recording of grades. In this case, yung teacher ng estudyante na to, or yung teacher mismo, magbibigay ng grado doon sa system. So that's why here, ang teacher nagbibigay ng students grades. Saan ibinigay? Dito sa system. Okay, so ang ginagawa naman ng system is nagre-record siya ng grades na binigyan ng teacher. Okay, which the teacher give. Then after recording those grades, sinisave niya to, it is being saved to the students' grades. Because inilagay natin dito yung teacher na nagbibigay ng grado. It's because without this teacher giving grades, then there should be no grades here. So walang mabibigay na grado yung system sa client whenever this client here asked for grades. So that's why it is very important. Yan. Okay. So we are just here in the level 0. Level 0 parang tayo. So if we are going to break this process here, which is process 1 of level 0, if we are going to break this, then we can come up with level 1. So we are now in level 1 in the process 1 of registrar's office. Ito, this one here. Okay? Ayan. So, it is here wherein you can see how the client registered into the system. Okay, so binibreak lang natin ito, ayan, since this is a very, ano pa yon, whole pa, as a whole pa. So if you're going to break this, so these are the things or process that involves um, in this first process. Ito yung ginagawa. Okay, titingnan natin. So yung client mismo, the client here, okay, nagbibigay siya ng registration form. Ayan. So, sino ba ang tumatanggap ng registration form? Okay, actually it is the clerk. Yan sa registrar. Okay? So, in-accept ng clerk yung registration form from the client. As of now, client pa lang to. Soon, it will become, or he or she will become a student. Soon. Okay, so, client, bibigyan ng registration form, then ini-encode ng clerk yung registration form at saka yung mga grado niya. Okay? So that's why here, yung registration form, yung basic information about the student, sinisave ng clerk dito sa student na data. Tapos, yung grades ng student dito, isinisave rin ng clerk dito sa grades na database. Students grades, ayan o. So, students information, dito isinisave. Yung students grade dito rin isinisave. Ayan. Then after that, yung clerk, okay, tinatype niya in-encode niya yung registration and grades dito sa SMS. So, yung SMS, binigay ng clerk yung data, ibinigay ng clerk yung students data dito sa SMS. Binigay niya. Ayan o. So, that's why here, yung SMS, students data along with the students grade. Of course, yung binigay ng clerk, okay, sa system, this is the system, this is the clerk, and this is the system. So, binigay ng clerk yung grado ng estudyante, saka yung data ng estudyante. Yan, dito sa SMS. Then, after that, yung SMIS, yung system mismo, siya na ang mag-i-evaluate sa estudyante kung anong po pwedeng subject na po pwede nilang i-enroll. Okay ha? So, ini-evaluate ng SMIS. So, that's why here, yung SMIS gets grades from this database. Kumukuha siya ng grado dito. Tapos, ini-evaluate niya yung subject ng mga estudyante, kung meron ba siyang bagsak, kung wala ba. Okay? So, after evaluating, this system gets list of subjects from this database. Ayan. Okay? Gets the subject. Then, after that, yung system mismo, generate the study load. So, nag-generate na siya. After evaluating the subjects of the student, nag-generate na yung study load. Okay? So, that's why here, yung flow, data na binigay dito, or yung data na galing dito is yung student subject loading dito, patungo. And then after that, nag-generate na yung student study load. Then after that, after generating the study load, after evaluating, after generating, ibibigay na niya sa client yung study load. This time here, yung client became student na. Nagiging estudyante na siya. Kasi meron na siyang study load. Ayan. So, this is for the level 1, process 1. Ayan ha. So, dito, ito yan. So, yan. Now, this one here, if we are going to break this, then we can come up with level 1, process 2. Ito yon, level 1, process 2. Second process. Ito kasi, second process ito eh. Okay. So, this is level 1, process 2. Ayan. So, here, the client became a student. Estudyante na siya. Okay. So, assuming yung estudyante, meron siyang queries sa registrar, sa SMS mismo. Okay? Now, here, yung estudyante, naglalagin siya. Because yung estudyante, before he or she can use the system, he or she has to log in. Meron siyang account dapat. Okay? So, yung estudyante, nag-login siya. Then, after that, yung system mismo, chine-check niya kung itong estudyante na to nag-login is a existing student. Okay? So, dito siya, titingnan na dito yung students login account kung andito ba. If it is, kung confirm, then confirm siya. Then that's the time na yung system na to will give the go signal na itong estudyante is uh, a real student. So, dito siya patungo. Then after that, after logging in, itong estudyante na to, after logging in, meron siyang students queries na ibinigay dito sa system. After logging in, meron siyang students queries. Now, this students queries, bakit students queries ang inilagay? Bakit? Okay? It's because there are different queries that a student can inquire. Okay, yeah, there are different queries. For example, he or she is going to inquire for her grades. Okay? Or, pwede siyang manghingi ng diploma. Pwede siyang manghingi ng transcript of records or whatever it is na ano. So, that's why here, instead of um, putting here a fixed na query, shall we say, grades. So, hindi na siya makakahingi ng iba pa kasi grade lang. So, that's why here, instead of putting here only grades or diploma or whatever, we should be generic. Okay, generic. When we say students queries, it could be grade, it could be a diploma, it could be ano yon. Kaya, so generic siya. So, here, mayroong ini-inquire ang estudyante. We don't know what it is. Maybe it's a diploma, it's a grade. We don't know. Okay? So, may siyang ini-inquire dito sa system. Then, yung system, chinecheck niya kung ano man yung ini-inquire ng estudyante. Okay? So, kung ang estudyante nag-inquire about his or her grades, then, ang system, dito siya pupunta sa grades. Kung ang estudyante, nag-inquire siya about any other information about a certain student, about him or her, then ang system is dito siya get ng information from this database student. If the student inquires for the subjects, kung ano bang pwede niyang i-enroll, ano pang kulang niya, nakuha na niya ng mga subjects, kung yun ang iyang concern, ang kanyang concern, then the system will check in this database here. Ayan, dito siya mag-check. Then after that, after generating those queries, yung system mismo is magdi-display ng inquiry result. So, yung tina-travel dito is yung inquiry result, then pinapa-display niya. Then after displaying, then that's the time that the student can get whatever he or she wanted. Ayan. So, yun. So, this is for the level 1 process 2 of the registrar's office. Now, you have to remember that in our registrar's office, we have 3 processes involved, which is the third one is the recording of grades. So here we are going to I'm going to show you the recording of grades. Ayan. Level 1, process 3 of registrar's office, which is the recording of grades. Now, right now, wala na estudyante, pero ang instructor na ang meron. So, we have here the teacher or the instructor naglalog in. Kasi, once the instructor is going to use the system, of course, maglalog in siya. So, that's why here, naglalog in siya. Then, yung system is more, check rin niya kung itong teacher na to is existing or is a real teacher. Check niya. Then after that, saan niya check by the way? Dito sa teacher na database. Ayan. Then after that, confirmation. Then after checking, ayan, this is not students login this is a teacher's login. Okay. So after checking in, pag na-exist yung teacher, then pag confirm yung login niya, we need to say existing siya, then pwede siya makaproceed dito. Pero pag hindi confirm, then hindi siya makaproceed dito. Okay, yeah? It says here na confirm login lang, confirm. So when we say confirm, mean to say this teacher here is a real teacher and nasisave siya dito. Pero pag hindi confirm, mean to say this teacher here, hindi talaga teacher, nagla-login lang siya, tapos pag hindi, wala siya dito, so hindi confirm ang login, wala siya magagawa, hindi siya makaproceed dito. Okay? So the confirm login account of this teacher, confirm siya, meron, mean to say, existing siya, a real teacher siya. So, this teacher here can proceed here. Okay? So, after logging in, magbibigyan na siya ng grades dito sa system. Okay? Then, ang system mismo is mag-i-store sa grades. Yan, mag-i-store siya sa grades. Saan niya ini-store? Dito sa grades na database. Then after that, yung system mismo, after confirming that the grades has been stored here, okay, magpiprint siya ng confirmation slip, then ibibigay niya dito sa teacher. Meaning to say that the teacher has successfully stored, or the system has successfully stored the grades taken from the teacher, and meron siyang confirmation slip binibigyan niya sa teacher. Ayan. So that's how you're going to draw your DFD. Ayan. So right now we are in level 1 process 3. Now if there is a chance that we can break any of this, then we can go to level 2. Right now we are still in level 1. Assuming we can break this one here, 3.1, checking the account. If we can break this one, then we can go to level 2 process 3.1.1 if and only if we can break this. For now, we cannot break this one. Along with this, itong process na to, if we can break this, assuming we can break this, then we can come up with level 2 process 3.2.1. Ayan. Or if this one, if we will be able to break this one, then we can come up with level 2 process 3.3.1. If there are two processes in this one here, so the first process will be labeled process 3.3.1, the second process will be labeled 3.3.2. Ayan. So, sa level 2 na yan. Pero for now, dito lang tayo sa level 1. Okay? So, I hope that you understand our topic for today. I hope na anyway, if you still have trouble understanding this one, try to analyze everything, analyze. Then study. Anyway, there are plenty of video tutorials in the internet for you to learn how to draw the FD. So I hope nasabtan or you understand our topic for today. Good luck and God bless.